Hello and welcome to our channel. Are you learning English? Great! Let's learn English with a very interesting story. Don't forget to subscribe, like and comment. Let's get started.
Once upon a time, in a small village named Greenfield, there lived a boy named Sam. Sam was 14 years old. He had big dreams, but he was very shy. He did not talk much and often stayed alone. Many people said, Sam is not smart or Sam is too quiet to do anything big. But Sam had one thing. He believed in himself, even if others didn't. Sam loved to draw. Every day after school, he sat near the river and drew pictures of trees, animals, and people. His drawings were beautiful, but he never showed them to anyone. He thought, no one will like my drawings. They will laugh at me. One day, a new teacher came to the village school. Her name was Miss Emily. She was kind and always smiled at the students. She wanted everyone to feel special. When she asked the students about their hobbies, Sam stayed quiet. Miss Emily noticed him and asked, Sam, what do you like to do? Sam looked down and said softly, I like to draw. Miss Emily smiled and said, that's wonderful. Bring your drawings tomorrow. I would love to see them. The next day, Sam brought his sketchbook. His hands were shaking. What if she doesn't like it? He thought. But Miss Emily looked at his drawings and said, Sam, these are amazing. You have a gift. You should show them to the class. Sam was afraid, but Miss Emily encouraged him. Believe in yourself, she said. You have something special. With her support, Sam showed his drawings to the class. Everyone was surprised. They clapped and said, wow, Sam, you are really good. That day, something changed in Sam. He smiled. For the first time, he felt proud. But the journey was not easy. Some students became jealous. One of them, Tom, said, it's just drawing. It's not important. Sam felt sad again. He thought maybe he should stop. When Miss Emily saw him upset, she said, Sam, there will always be people who don't understand your talent. But you must keep going. If you give up now, you'll never know how far you can go. Sam listened. He kept drawing. Slowly, he became more confident. He started joining art contests in nearby towns. Sometimes he won, sometimes he didn't. But he always learned something new. One day, the mayor of the village announced an art competition. The winner would get a scholarship to a big art school in the city. Sam wanted to try. He worked hard every day. He practiced new styles, read art books from the library, and even painted with colors for the first time. But just before the competition, something happened that made Sam doubt himself again. One evening, while Sam was painting, his little sister Lily accidentally spilled water on his final piece. The colors smudged, and the paper was ruined. Sam stared at it in silence. All his hard work was gone in seconds. I'm so sorry, Sam, Lily cried. I didn't mean to do it. Sam didn't say anything at first. His eyes were full of tears. Then he took a deep breath and hugged his sister. It's okay, Lily. It was an accident. That night, Sam sat alone, looking at the ruined painting. He thought, maybe this is a sign. Maybe I'm not ready for this competition. The next day at school, Miss Emily noticed he looked tired and sad. What happened, Sam? She asked gently. Sam explained everything. Miss Emily nodded and said, Sam, true artists never give up. Mistakes happen. Problems come. But the strongest people find a way to move forward. You still have 2 days left. Make something new. Sam wasn't sure. But what if it's not as good? Miss Emily smiled. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be yours. That night, Sam took out a new canvas. This time, he decided to paint something different. Not just trees or animals, but a story. His story. He painted a small boy sitting under a tree, dreaming of a bigger world. He added colors that showed hope, struggle, and courage. He worked all night, adding tiny details. This painting felt special. The day of the competition arrived. Sam stood in front of his easel with his new painting. His hands were shaking again, but this time it was different. He wasn't afraid of failing. He just wanted to share his story. The judges walked around the room, looking at all the art. There were so many beautiful paintings, landscapes, portraits, abstract designs. When they reached Sam's work, they stopped. They looked at it for a long time. One of the judges said, this painting tells a story. It speaks without words. At the end of the day, the results were announced. Sam didn't win the first prize, but he got something even better, a special recognition award for creativity and storytelling. Along with the award, the mayor said, this young artist reminds us to never stop believing in ourselves. Everyone clapped. Sam smiled wide. For the first time, he stood tall and proud in front of the crowd. But this was only the beginning of Sam's journey. New challenges were waiting. New dreams were calling. A few weeks later, Sam received a letter in the mail. It had a golden stamp and came from the city's most famous art institute, the Horizon School of Arts. Sam's hands trembled as he opened the envelope. Inside, there was a message. "Dear Sam, we saw your work at the Greenfield Art Competition. Your painting touched our hearts. We would like to offer you a spot in our summer art program. You don't need to pay. Everything will be covered by the Horizon Young Talent Scholarship. We believe in you." The Horizon team. Sam couldn't believe it. He ran to Miss Emily, holding the letter in his hand, shouting, "Miss Emily, they want me. I got in." Miss Emily read the letter and smiled warmly. "I told you, Sam. You have something special. You just needed to believe it too." His parents were also surprised and proud. They hugged Sam and said, "We always knew you were different. Now we see how beautiful that difference is." In the city, everything was new. Tall buildings, busy streets, big classrooms. At first, Sam felt small again. Everyone else seemed better, faster, more confident. Some students had expensive tools and years of training. Sam had only his simple sketchbook and the lessons he learned from Miss Emily. One student named Eric looked at Sam's tools and said, "You're from a village. Good luck catching up." The old fear returned to Sam's heart, whispering, "You don't belong here." But then, he remembered Miss Emily's words, "You just have to be yourself." Sam worked hard every day. He stayed late in the studio, asked questions, practiced more than anyone else. He didn't copy others, he painted what he felt. His village, the river, Lily's smile, the trees where he once sat quietly dreaming, he put it all into his art. Slowly, his work began to stand out. Not because it was perfect, but because it was real. One day, their art professor gave them a challenge: paint something that shows who you are inside. No rules, no copying, just you. Sam thought for hours. He walked around the city, remembering his journey, the quiet boy from Greenfield, the ruined painting, the belief Miss Emily gave him. Finally, he started painting. But this time, it wasn't just for the competition. It was for him. Sam painted for hours. On his canvas, he showed a young boy walking on a narrow path through a forest. The boy carried a lantern, lighting the way through darkness. Around him were shadows of doubt, fear, and failure, but the boy kept walking. At the end of the path, there was light, and in that light stood the people who believed in him: his parents, Miss Emily, and even his little sister Lily. When the painting was finished, Sam looked at it and smiled. This was his journey. During the final exhibition, all the students displayed their work. The room was full of visitors, artists, teachers, and students from other schools. Many stopped in front of Sam's painting. Some had tears in their eyes. A well-known artist said, "This piece speaks from the heart. It's not just art, it's a story of courage." Sam didn't win the top prize, but he received something greater: respect, confidence, and the knowledge that he had something unique to share with the world. He was no longer the quiet boy hiding his drawings. He was an artist with a voice. When he returned to Greenfield, the whole village welcomed him with cheers. Miss Emily gave him a proud hug and whispered, "I always knew you could do it." Sam stood tall and looked at the sky. "I believed in myself," he thought, "and that made all the difference." The end.